Well, howdy there, Internet people. It's Bo again. So, today we're going to talk a little bit more about the Florida governor's race because Crist has picked his running mate. Now, when we talked about this last time, described it as a replay of the 2020 election for president in the United States. You have the wild authoritarian DeSantis, and you have the centrist, kind of boring Crist, guy for the Democratic Party. Crist's running mate was an interesting choice, Karla Hernández. Now, we don't have a lot on her political positions as far as stated, because she's never held public office before. But that doesn't mean that she's a stranger to Florida politics, because she's president of United Teachers of Dade. That's the teachers union, Miami. That's huge, and that is a political powerhouse in Florida. Prior to that, she taught middle school in Hialeah, special needs, and that's her background. She's a teacher. She's a teacher, and then she became a union leader for teachers. I want to say her degree came from Florida International, and she's the child of immigrants from Honduras. So what does this tell us? It tells us that the Democratic Party, Crist, sees the successful line of attack against DeSantis as being family planning, education, and labor. That's what it signals. Yeah, I mean, that could work. We don't know that it will, but that could work. The addition of Hernandez is it's interesting because she doesn't have a political background. So it's kind of a clean slate there. She's a very energetic person. She's a teacher. Now, as far as baggage goes, doesn't really seem to be any that the Republican Party could use. There's one thing they might go after, but it wouldn't make sense because it would likely backfire, because where they could say, oh, she knew this person who did this bad thing. There are members of the Republican Party in Florida accused of doing it themselves. So that doesn't seem like a solid line of attack. The only baggage that they seem to have been able to come up with as far as opposition research on her is a tweet. And the tweet says, a political figure dies at 90. Most in Miami rejoice, many in Cuba mourn. It's obviously about Castro. The Republican Party has already tried to use this tweet to paint her as a communist. That seems a stretch. That seems a stretch for Florida. I would imagine that given where she taught and where she lived, there's going to be plenty of people who would attest to her political affiliations and her views towards Castro and what they are, one way or another. She said that she was actually out with her Cuban neighbors, like banging pots and celebrating in the street. Don't know. There's no way to confirm that at this point. And it's also worth noting that this is a statement made by somebody whose heritage is from Honduras. It might work because of Castro's reputation in Miami. That might be a good play for the Republican Party in general. However, she's from down there. That's probably not going to work as well as they think. Other than that, the only other interesting thing I could dig up said that she did humanitarian work overseas. However, that's all I could find. I couldn't find out where or what it was. It was just a little blurb at the end of one of the bios on a union page. She, in addition to the teachers union there, she is linked up with a number of other education organizations and unions. So she has a strong background if that's what they're going to run on. And if she can maintain the energy that she had when the announcement was made, she can probably swing some votes. And while Florida is traditionally viewed as a red state, it's really kind of not when you look at the registrations. So we're going to have to wait and see how it plays out, but it's an interesting choice. And I would imagine that it probably kind of caught DeSantis off guard. Anyway, it's just a thought. Y'all have a good day.